Coach Vince here, and man, am I excited to bring you this training. So, crush weight loss with this one formula, and that formula is called the Pro-Cal ratio. So, what the heck is that? How do we figure it out? How do we help that so that we can fricking crush our weight loss? That's exactly what this training is going to go over here. So, the Pro stands for protein, the Cal stands for calories, and how the heck do we figure out the ratio? Well, number one is we need to find the number of grams of protein per serving. So we're going to find our box, our label, the nutrition information towards the bottom is going to be the number of grams of protein per serving. We need to find that, and then we need to add the number 0 to it. That's where the magic happens. Two is we need to then find or figure out the number of calories per serving. That's going to be more towards the top of the label. And then number three is we're going to divide the protein and the calories to get the Pro-Cal ratio. So for example, 20 grams of protein per serving, 250 calories per serving. We're going to add that magical little 0 to the 20 grams of protein. So now that number is 200 divided by the 250. We now have 80% Pro-Cal ratio for whatever that food item was. So we'll spend the rest of the training why the Pro-Cal ratio is so darn impactful and how you can actually start implementing this into your routine. So most guys would benefit from a 75% plus Pro-Cal ratio meal plan while trying to lose body fat. So remember, when we're losing body fat, we could also be losing muscle. We could also be losing bone density. We could also be losing hydration, which, as you know, all those things are not ideal, except for we're just trying to lose the body fat. So most yo-yo dieters or most people who struggle losing the weight only to gain it back again is, unfortunately, while losing the weight, they've lost a bunch of muscle mass along the way, which slows your metabolism down, which just makes it really easy for you to regain the weight again. So by having a formula, by using this Pro-Cal ratio and having it in your meal plan, will make sure that while we're losing body fat, we are not losing muscle mass. So most guys' fat loss calories, how we determine that is your age, your height, your weight, your activity level, your current muscle mass to body fat ratio. That will help us better understand exactly how many calories you need to lose in order to lose body fat. But most guys are typically between the 2,000 to 2,400 calorie range. So that means in order to have a 75% or higher Pro-Cal ratio, at minimum, you need to be consuming 150 to 180 grams of protein daily. And I've been doing this long enough, almost 20 years now. If you're not tracking your food or you're currently not prioritizing protein in your current meal plan, you're probably at best at 100 grams of protein per day. So getting up to that 150, 180, 200 plus grams of protein can be a bit intimidating at first, but I'll show you actually how easy it is to make that happen. So consuming high protein and low calorie foods will help us accomplish two really big things, especially while trying to lose body fat. One is it will just help make hitting your protein goal that much easier. So instead of being intimidated by 150, 180, 200 grams of protein daily, by having and eating foods high in protein and low in calories, hitting that mark will be so much easier. The benefit of a high protein meal plan is there's many, but let's dive into three of them. One is protein has the highest thermic effect of food, meaning your body burns more calories, aka increases your metabolism, the more protein you eat compared to carbs and fats. So when you hear about having a fast metabolism or speeding up your metabolism, including more protein in your diet is a great way to help increase your metabolism. Number two here is it helps you feel more full in between meals while also helping balance your blood sugar. Poor blood sugar balance makes it very difficult for your body to want to use stored body fat as fuel. So most people, especially being overweight, have poor blood sugar control. So they go through these big ups and downs of not being hungry at all, to being very ravenous, to not being very hungry at all, to being very ravenous. And this just really messes with your blood sugar, which, as we mentioned, messes with your body's ability to actually get rid of the body fat, pinching my belly, that we're trying to get rid of. So number 3 here is, of course, it builds muscle. So muscle is body fat's greatest enemy. You want to keep body fat off for good, we need to build muscle. Don't need you to be He-Man, but we definitely need to increase muscle. So there are many things that need to happen in order for your body to build and maintain skeletal muscle mass. Adequate protein is by far the most important. So number 2, consuming a high protein and low calorie foods, it'll save you a ton of calories to be used on other fun foods and drinks. So most people hate dieting or even trying to go on losing the weight journey because it requires them, or they think, to cut out and restrict all of their favorite foods and drinks. But to me, this is a terrible way to learn how to keep the weight off for good. So remember, there's a big difference between getting the weight off and actually keeping it off for good. And by being super restrictive and cutting out a bunch of foods, it's just not the route to go, because inevitably, once you reintroduce these things, most people, most of the time, end up gaining all the weight back. On average, guys in my program have an extra 400 to 800 calories left over daily to spend freely on whatever foods and drinks they want. So you want to have a couple of drinks, want to have some pizza, want to have some fries, want to have some ice cream, whatever it might be. Most of the time, you have at least 400 to 800 calories that are total free, that you'll still lose body fat while enjoying those foods or drinks. So learning how to consume foods that make you feel full and increase your energy, because we're going to learn how to do that. We can spend these 400 to 800 calories picking foods that help us feel full and increase your energy, while balancing and including foods and drinks that are fun. Help turn your meal plan into a way of life versus just following another stupid diet. So we want to learn how to use these calories that are remaining to make sure that you're getting a lot of nutrients, but we also want to balance it with having those fun foods. And if we can find that perfect combination of you losing fat while increasing your energy, while being able to include your favorite foods and drinks, it's no longer a diet. It's now your lifestyle, which, as we know, if it's just our life that we're living, it's a whole lot easier than trying to be on another stupid diet. So here on this page, what I've highlighted is 40 plus different high protein to calorie ratio foods. So 40 different options here to just keep things super sexy, super fun, in being able to hit your protein goals. So this is a list to make building your high pro-cal meal plan much easier. There are options below that will require some cooking, but most of the options below require no cooking at all. That means your excuse of not having enough time or being too busy is no longer valid. So there's plenty of things we can just throw in the microwave, or just require very minimal effort in order for you to be able to get a ton of protein. So just want to point a couple of them out. So chicken breast at the very top here is 227% pro-cal ratio. Remember, the goal is 75% or higher. That's why chicken breast is just such a great staple, because it's so high in protein to calories. A couple of other things I wanted to point out is companies like Good and Gather already have shredded rotisserie chicken. It's the white meat already shredded. All you got to do is just pull it out of the container, add a little bit of sauce or dip to it because you have the extra calories, and now you got some easy chicken to go with. Diced and grilled chicken breast, frozen. So this is at Target or Kroger. It's just frozen, diced and grilled chicken that you just got to pull out of the freezer, heat it up, and you got some chicken ready to rock. These Fairlife Core Power Shakes have frickin' 42 grams of protein, super high in protein, super low in calories, easy for on the go. Better Bagel. The Better Bagel Company, their classic bagel, has 26 grams of protein and 35 grams of fiber. So toast up a bagel and add a protein shake to it, and now you freaking got almost 50 grams of protein, and you got to enjoy a bagel along the way. So there's tons of these different options. All of the blue links are clickable links on the exact product that I'm talking about here and where you can buy them. So lots of different options that are foods high in protein, low in calories. Some require cooking. Most of them are just grab and go, effortless. So an example meal plan. So these 4 meals below take under 5 minutes to prepare. They equal 1,545 calories and 180 grams of protein. Most guys, in order to lose body fat, need to be consuming around that 2,000 to 2,400 calorie mark. This number will change as we begin to see how your body responds to this range of calories. So you're not going to be at that number forever. So this meal plan is 1,545 calories of high pro-cal ratio foods, leaving the person, if their fat loss phase is roughly these calories, you have 455 to 855 remaining calories to spend on more nutrient-dense foods or more fun foods and drinks. So we can also use the list above of the 40 different high pro-cal ratio foods to change the menu as needed. So here's an example of 4 meals. I don't expect you to eat these 4 meals for the rest of your life. So you can easily find different items in here to plug and play with these different meals. So meal number 1 is protein pudding. We'll grab some yogurt. We'll grab some protein powder. You'll add a little bit of water, stir it all together in a bowl. It will create a pudding-like consistency. We'll throw a half a cup of berries to help with some sweetness. You can even throw some whipped cream in there as well, 100 calories worth. And then we'll grab a small handful of almonds. So all of that under 5 minutes to prepare, and you'll get a whopping 46 grams of protein. Meal number 2 is chicken burgers. So these Amy Lou chicken burgers and a serving of low-fat cottage cheese. Just take you a minute or two to pop that chicken burger into the microwave. It's really healthy ingredients, nothing wrong with the burgers. They're actually cooked with healthy fats. So take you a minute or two to microwave that guy and a second or two to get a serving of cottage cheese in a bowl, and you're on the go. Meal number 3 is a quick wrap. So we'll do 5 ounces of any kind of deli meat. I put chicken breast deli meat here. It could be turkey, could be ham, could be roast beef. But chicken and turkey are definitely the highest in protein. We'll throw it in a low-carb tortilla wrap, and then we'll have a serving of Okios, the high-protein yogurt, on the side. So once I get to this point, a lot of people start asking me, well, what about dips or sauces? Remember, you have 400 to 800 extra calories. If you want to throw some freaking mayonnaise, because that's the only way you'll eat the deli meat, you got calories to use. Of course, I would recommend maybe like mashing up an avocado and putting it in the wrap so we're getting some more healthier fat than mayonnaise, but we got the flexibility to work with that. And then meal number 4 is meat and veggies. So if you have a Costco membership, can't recommend it enough. There's a ton of great Costco options. This is just one of the many. So this is the sliced grass-fed beef sirloin. We would have 9 ounces of that with a bag of frozen broccoli. So take you 4 minutes to throw the broccoli in the microwave. A couple of minutes, you can microwave this, and boom, now you got dinner. So eating all 4 of these meals only equal 1,545 calories. But what's awesome is you've already hit your protein goal. You've already hit 180. If you eat these 4 meals, you've already hit your protein goal. Now you can do whatever else you want with these 400 to 800 calories and still be in a fat loss phase. So hope this training helps. Of course, if you want to dive in deeper, I got a great video here to watch as well. If you're not already in the Facebook group, I do trainings like this all the time. Hop in the Facebook group. And if you're interested in hopping on a call to better kind of game plan your situation and how this meal plan and workouts can work for you, happy to have a free 15-minute chat just to see how I can help. My big belief is we need to get rid of the dad bod. That's big belly, overtired, and defeated by a lack of discipline. So BOD, that's what the bod is. We don't want any of those 3. We want to be dadletic, fit, all-day energy, and a protector of your health for yourself, for your kids, for your wife, for your family. Here to help. Let's go.